Hey. Hi, guys. Welcome back. All right. So, Leos, let's take a little look at the big ticket items for the month of November. The energy says stagnant, stuck, dead end, frozen. It doesn't have to be Leo. This could be somebody in Leo's environment. This could be Leo is recognizing an area of their life where they've been stuck, or they're recognizing someone else's like energy feels kind of like, man, I just feel kind of defeated right now. I feel like I'm not sure. I'm not very inspired at the moment. Okay, let's see in what way we have that storyline presenting itself. What's the stagnation energy about? Seven of Cups. Oh, it's somebody who's struggling to make a decision. Seven of Wands, or excuse me, Seven of Swords and Knight of Cups. Okay. Look, I have a hard time thinking that this is Leo. I think Leo is aware or becoming aware that there may be possibly a masculine who's interested in Leo. Leo maybe is picking up on the vibes and they know it, but this person is either unclear on whether or not Leo wants them to reach out. Leo might be becoming aware of that, saying they're stuck not knowing how I would react. And maybe this is a moment for Leo to get clear on, do I want this person to come toward me or not? But this could also just be Leo is noticing somebody else is being played with. Like his heart is getting played with by somebody else, or Leo is just aware that we have a person who is freaking themselves out. Let me try to ask, who is this person in regards to Leo? Page of Pentacles. This is somebody who likes to talk to Leo, wants to talk to Leo, makes some overtures. Leo, actually, let's change decks here and let's ask, what does this person want with Leo? Page of Swords. They want to spy on Leo. They may want to send Leo a message. Is this somebody who Leo is just like aware of, way out there on the periphery? Ooh, Judgment. This is somebody who wants a do-over with Leo. Okay. And the Death card. This is somebody who wants to come back into Leo's life. And they are wanting to reach out to Leo, and they don't know if they should, if they can, if Leo would give them a second chance. How is Leo aware of this? Let's go back to that first deck. How is it that this is like the energy impacting Leo? Oh, well, Leo is thinking heavily about this person. We have the blank card, so it's the same on either side. Leo is thinking about this person in the month of November as well. And is Leo indecisive about whether or not they want to hear from this person, or the moon? Okay, so there's a lot of like undercurrent in the month of November. There's Leo is suppressing or saying, look, I don't know if they even still think of me. Well, obviously not. How would Leo know when they spy on Leo all the time? They think about sending messages to Leo, but they don't say the things that they need to. Or maybe this is somebody who vaguely does interact with Leo, but they are not saying any of the important conversation that needs to happen. Like this could be two people who like stayed friends, or they even still like work together, but it's like we went out on some dates and then things fizzled. And even though it's like, God, I wish that I could have a do-over with Leo, they haven't asked for that. Leo's over here going, I'm confused about how I feel about them. I'm confused about if they're missing me. It's almost like two people don't know if they want to say how they feel because they don't know how the other one feels. And that could be part of this. But what does Leo feel for this person? Queen of Swords, they want some boundaries. They want to be treated well. They want to be treated in a way that's very clear. And I can see now that's where all the stagnation is, because it's like, I don't get what this person is doing. I'm confused by what they want. Maybe they never made things very clear with Leo. Let me just ask. Character, do you feel like you ever were clear with Leo? We have the Nine of Cups. I almost feel like they're saying at one point, I totally wanted to just sail toward Leo. They made me really happy. I think I let Leo know that. And what went murky? What happens? Seven of Cups, Four of Cups. Then I got all weird and wiggy and didn't know what to do. And I made it blurry. I got confused, and I have so many regrets about that. How did you get confused? What were you confused about? King of Pentacles, Eight of Swords in the reverse. This is so weird. This is somebody who was like ready to move and be with Leo. And then what? You were ready to move and be with Leo. And then what? 10 of Pentacles, 9 of Pentacles. I don't know if then they started to say, but what will I do for work? I have to make sure that my money's really good. If I'm going to detach from what I've been doing, uproot my life, move to be with Leo, change things in my life, am I in a place where I really have my act together? Okay, so they got kind of freaked out about their own life circumstances, even though at one point in time, this person was like Team Leo all the way. They really had clarity. They wanted to be with Leo. And then the reality of like altering life, changing some things in their life. I do feel like this would have been somebody who had to move to be with Leo. Then it got all like, oh my God, but what does that mean for my career? What does that mean for my money? You know, then the nuts and bolts of their confidence got shaken. Not confidence about how they felt about Leo, but more confidence about their money, their ability to earn, their ability to make big life changes. And I'm guessing that's when things just plunged and collapsed. And it seems like you didn't make it clear to Leo where you got wobbly, where you had fear. Is that correct? Am I correct in thinking that? 6 of Cups. They wanted to come back to Leo. This is returning soulmate. It's like this person wanted to slow things down with Leo and then come back later. I don't know that they ever made that really clear, because oftentimes soulmates don't necessarily, because it's like they always still felt connected to Leo, but the thing was, I was going to come back around. And this seems to be where we're at in the month of November. Like, I have no idea what's happening. We were kind of all systems go, then they withdrew. I don't know how they actually feel about me. I'm not about to reach out to them to ask. I haven't really heard from them. It feels like Leo and this person, if they are still kind of like in each other's lives, they're in a weird place. And now this person wants to readdress. I want to tell Leo, like, if you would still let me like come to you, move to be with you, like I'm ready to do that now. But we have this weird unspoken tension where Leo's like, I have no idea how they really feel about me, or what made them draw back, or, you know, anything like that. So these two have not had the conversations that they need to have. By the way, this person could be possibly a Scorpio, and a lot of Scorpio energy coming off of them. Doesn't have to be. Leo could have some strong Pisces placements as well, or this could just represent the, you know, energy of the emotions. But there was basically, this could all be wrapped up nice and tidy if these two could communicate. So in the month of November, do we have communication that might clear up all of this? We have the moon. Unfortunately, we still have things hidden that need to be illuminated. Does it just mean that this is still like the stuff Leo needs to know? We have the wild card. Look, anything could happen this month. I really don't know why somebody wouldn't set everything right. And especially if they have a regret that they kind of made Leo feel confused, and I feel like they know it, but maybe they're afraid to say, do you still want me to move to be with you? Because I could do it now. I wish I had explained to you. I was like, it was never that I was questioning whether or not I wanted to. It was that I was worried about my finances. I was, you know, it feels like anything could happen. This is crazy. The month of November is crazy. With Leo could have them like explain everything. I actually think that they're going to, but it might not be till like toward the end, maybe the 22nd of November. You know, this card isn't a major arcana. It doesn't exist. They just created it and threw it into this deck. So the fact that we have like an additional major arcana that doesn't really exist, that could be like they're just going to blurt this out all of a sudden. With that 8 of Swords in the reverse in particular, this person might just suddenly blah and tell Leo what they should have explained a long time ago, is what it seems like. It's all the things that Leo doesn't know. It seems like it's going to just suddenly be dumped in Leo's lap at a weird time. I mean, literally, it could be a weird time of the day or night when this person just like throws all this information at Leo all of a sudden. Page of Swords. They may have been like up all night obsessing over Leo. Also, they spy on Leo a lot, and maybe they suddenly feel like, I'm going to lose this Leo if I don't just say everything. Because all of this feels like they either figured out, they could be using lyrics of a song also to initially reach out to Leo. 5 of Wands, King of Wands. Yes, they finally, maybe it begins with them sending the lyrics to a song, like, you know, something about, Oh God. I'm actually hearing Sinead O'Connor, nothing compares to you, but specifically all the flowers that you planted, Mama, in the backyard have all grown and withered away. I know that. Oh God, I can't. I'm so bad with quoting lyrics unless I'm actually singing it, and then I don't have to think, and they just pop out. But in any case, nothing compares to you. Maybe that's a song that they're going to send, or something, like that conveys something huge like that. Like, oh my God, this person opened up some really important dialogue by telling me that I'm the best thing since sliced bread, and this opens up the dialogue of everything that they need to say. This is them finally like making a crazy peace offering, being like all of a sudden like this flood of words, letting me know they've been paying attention all this time. This could be the first thing that they say after a long time of like even silence, and it could come first in a link to a song. I'm not saying that's the most mature way to open up a dialogue. This is important, but if they're trying to say something that they couldn't find words for, it might be like, I don't know. That might be the whole message. Like, I don't know how to explain the way I feel, so I'm sending you this because it's the best way I could describe it, because I've been thinking endlessly and I don't know how to find the right words. It feels like it'll be something that really encompasses everything. Crazy, yes. Very specific, yes. But that is what we've got so far. Okay, moving on. What else do we have in the month of November? Because, I mean, Leo's going to have to figure out what they want to do to navigate this. It just says it's going to be unexpected. It's going to come in at an unexpected time. And it's from somebody that Leo still has on their mind, and they have Leo on their mind as well. But it feels like we're finally getting somewhere. It's just that it comes in like a weird way. There's a lot more to uncover. There's going to be a lot of conversation these two need to get to. Okay, but in other matters, in the month of November, hey, what do you mean? The month of November is just solely going to be focused on this King of Wands story, apparently. Other matters seem to be this big decision about, I almost feel Leo is at that point in time where they might say, I don't know that I even want to deal with this anymore. I'm going to have to ask the universe, is it too late? Like, universe, what am I supposed to take away from this? I do feel like this is going to be coming in like the 11th hour, this message from this King of Wands. Yeah, it's going to be a month where Leo has to make a decision, and Leo might be feeling like, this is too late. Why did you take so long? Why did you, oh man, now I got to make a big decision. 9 of Cups. Okay, but the focal point of this month could be if Leo says, what is it that I've really wanted? If I've wanted to hear from this person and then I hear from them, then maybe I'm getting exactly what I wanted. Does this make me happy? What would make me happiest? Is it good to hear from them? Then why be exasperated and walk away? See, Leo's got to get to the heart of the matter. What's really true? Have they wanted all this time to hear exactly these words from this person? And now they do. There's the unveiling, the unmasking. I can see the exasperation, but I also feel like Leo's getting super real with themselves this month about, if this is exactly what I wanted, then let me go ahead and reply. Let me go ahead and respond. We got the Fool. It's either Leo just wanted closure and they could take this as closure and they go in a new direction, or they wanted to hear from this person. And even if it is exasperating and it feels frustrating, maybe this is also like, okay, fine. It is go time. No more messing about, though. We need to get this thing going. What's the biggest challenge this month? Sorry, so much of this seemed to still focus on, the topic of making a choice about a particular relationship, but that's kind of a big chapter. The biggest challenge this month is 5 of Coins to the King of Coins. There could be some financial or business challenges, like talking to a boss about a raise could be a challenge in the month of November. Feeling like, I'm getting enough for the energy that I'm putting out. Feeling like this is all about like resources, but resources could also be like family related, anything that gives us a sense of stability. And it just kind of feels like, wow, somebody's not giving me a whole lot of attention. I'd like more from them. This could be like a relationship with a family member that just doesn't feel like it's, nice and smooth, or this could be something about business related things where Leo's like, I feel like I want to earn more. And I feel like I should be able to earn more. Yeah, the Four of Wands in the reverse says, Leo says, this is not perfect. This is not what I asked for. There's some things that I'm not getting here. Universe, what's the best remedy, perhaps, for Leo in this month then for that challenge? Nine of Wands sideways hints that Leo could be feeling this way because they're letting something make them feel disempowered. Like, maybe things aren't exactly as it seems. A judgment here. Either this is the gentle reminder that Leo, if you're giving time and energy and still not getting back what you would want for your time and your energy, just know you got so many other skills. You got so many other things you could fall back on. You got so many other things that you could do. You don't have to stay doing things that you don't enjoy or that don't feel like it's equitable. This could be a month where Leo says, maybe I'm going to look back at some other skills that I already have, a side hustle or a hobby or some other previous career path or something. But I think this is about Leo not undercutting themselves and feeling like, I just feel crappy. I feel like I'm not getting much in the way of accolades. This almost feels like Leo's going back to their strengths. And this is the universe saying, Leo, you have so much to offer. Don't let something devalue you or let something cause you grief or pain, because you're super talented, and go back to the basics of what you do really, really well. Leo, you have so much to offer, but you might apply it in different ways. Like I said, maybe Leo winds up doing their own side hustle, or they go back to something that they used to do, or I just feel like this Leo is an incredible talent. And if something's not feeling very fair, very balanced, or they're feeling not very seen, this kind of says, A, that might be a bit of a myth, but B, Leo has like incredible amounts of talents that are kind of dormant right now that they could return to. So they are not without new options. Okay, and then any other big messages for the month of November, not related to the King of Wands scenario? Eight of Wands, Ace of Cups, Four of Wands, the Devil. We have a lot of really beautiful connections this month, a lot of good dialogue and conversation with parental figures, relationships, friendships. Leo could attend somebody's wedding. Leo could really build great bonds with other people. And this is also a month where Leo is going to be extremely attractive. Leo might have to be careful with how many people are going to come toward them. I think Leo is just very sexy this month. And that could be that if they chose to let that allure, bring people toward them, Leo could discover that it's easy to play with people's hearts. So just be careful. Don't go around breaking hearts this month. Leo is kind of a powerhouse. They look really, really alluring. Maybe they're, just kind of like in this energy of like a glow up right now, as far as their physique and the way they look. And it could also be that Leo has really great conversations with other people that are near and dear to them, and that just makes them glow, and that makes them very attractive. But I will say Leo has a lot of beautiful things going on this month, and a lot of like reclaiming their success. But I will say Leo is very attractive to people this month, and Leo might find themselves being similarly drawn or like using their charisma this month. And it just says, don't break any hearts, because Leo's really, really, they're very hot this month. Very attractive. All right, I'm going to leave this one here. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. Thanks for giving it a thumbs up and subscribing.